2026, the year of manifestation and creation. So, as we were discussing earlier, we mentioned the 1111 portal yesterday, and a portal is just a portal of possibility. It's an energy influx that is coming in, and where we are at on our planet right now with what we call the awakening process and the ascension process is each of us is going through what I call a cleansing, a purging. And so any issues that are coming up for you now are there to clean out the DNA. They are right on time for where you're at and what's happening. And if you seem to be having a lot more stuff come up recently than maybe previously in your lifetime, understand that it is the frequency of the planet pushing things up so that we can address them and we can heal them. And I will tell you that we also have more access to spirit realm than we have had in the past. And the reason is the veil between the dimensions is thinning. And with intergalactic things happening and our planet, the things that are happening, it's going to create a lot more upheaval in many people. And the term disclosure is popping up many places, meaning more and more people will be coming forward with the truth about their experiences, about what has been hidden from us in the past, which could trigger a lot of feelings of deception, dishonesty, and betrayal. And so it's important that we don't get caught up with that, because that can create a lot of disharmony in your energy field. And as we're going through our own personal cleansing, the earth is also going through her cleansing. And that means that the darkness that has been on the planet must be purged. So you could look at it as a period of time that we are going into of peace. We're moving into the peace era, the golden era. And how honored are we that your soul and my soul came at this deliberate time on the planet to experience this. This transition is one that we have not seen for centuries. So sit with that for just a moment. And I recommend putting your hand on your heart, and let's move into getting you grounded into this body, into this moment. And thank you, thank you, thank you to my soul, who is brave and courageous, who chose to come down to the planet, or come to the planet, it's not down, but come to this planet during unprecedented times. I am an honored spiritual being having human experiences, and so grateful that I chose to be here right now to make a difference on our planet. Breathe that in. What does that feel? This is a time of really honoring yourself and loving yourself for choosing bravery. You chose to be here to facilitate this transition. That's pretty honorable, right? And you are experiencing upheavals in your personal life in the areas that you are. So the vessel can be cleansed, your body can be cleansed to accept higher frequencies of peace, joy, love, health, freedom, and abundance of all good things. Are you ready? Can you feel it? Are you ready to receive? So as we move into this very powerful year of manifesting, what that means is the frequency of the calendar, the shifting of the planet. As we think and feel, we are manifesting much quicker. In numerology, the sign of the one, the number one, is about creation. And so we are powerfully creating what we are thinking and feeling about. So whatever is coming into your experience, whatever that is, be very mindful that you've called it to yourself. Even a bulldog sitting by you in a movie theater snoring loudly, because there's a great lesson in each moment of creation. And the lessons are, number one, I am the creator of this reality. No one else is creating this for me. No one can do your push-ups for you. This is your creation and it is good. It's always good. Even when it doesn't feel good, it is always good. Why? Why is it always good? Because it is a reflection of our vibrational field. That's all. Try not to put the good, bad, right, or wrong on it. It's surfacing because you've probably, as I've done, pushed things down that were painful and that eventually needed to be addressed. And so now they get to surface to be addressed. So whatever you're experiencing right now, it is good. Honor it. Because as long as you are resisting whatever's showing up in your world, that energy of resistance keeps it very present. Clasp your hands together and push on them. This is the resistance that we go into. Practice allowing whatever is happening in your external environment. As you allow it, it moves through with grace and ease. And when we can understand that, then we don't need to fight and resist and try so hard to create something. We are divine offspring. We can't help but create. We're going to create. Whether we create in joy and happiness or sorrow and suffering, we will always be creating. And as we move into this year of creation, it's vitally important that we raise our self-awareness, that we become so mindfully aware of every thought that crosses the brain. That's pretty hard to do because we're talking 60 to 80,000 in a day. So being mindfully aware of what events are showing up in our third dimensional reality, like going to a movie and having a bulldog support dog by us and snoring. And when I experience that and some levels of irritation, I will ask myself, what do I want to learn from this experience? This is vitally important in your processing. Stop asking, why me? Why me will put you in victimhood energy, and that creates a continual effect of things you don't want. When you catch those thoughts of why me, turn them around to what can I learn from this experience? I have called this experience to me because I wanted to gain some more self-awareness and understanding what's being created, understanding myself. I called this experience to myself, and we'll use Darla's experience. I called the experience of going to a movie and feeling irritated. First of all, we want to check in with your SUDS, your subjective unit of distress. From 0 to 100%, how irritated are you? How vulnerable are you? Whatever the emotion you're feeling, it could be anger, it could be sadness, it could be depression, it could be hopelessness, it could be excitement even. We want to check in and measure the level of energy or emotion. Energy in motion is emotion that you are feeling. So as I mentioned in yesterday's call, as we become more aware of the miracles that are happening in our field, like breathing without paying for it, your next breath of air is free for you. Everybody take it with gratitude. As we become more aware of the miracles around us, we move into a state of gratitude and appreciation. But that takes practice. And mornings are your absolute most important time to set your field of energy. And it will wear off by the afternoon. So it's good to do another check-in in the afternoon. But you could wake up in an upset place just by waking up. Why is that? It's our dream state. Our dreams are processing unresolved issues. Isn't that cool? I had a client that had such bad nights and fears coming up in her dream state. She was an abused child that she was afraid of going to sleep. Can you imagine the body's nervous system? And my levels of compassion for her to help her to feel safe enough to sleep and safe enough that she is not the dream, she's not the dreamer, but to observe what's coming up in her dreams so that she can address them in her wake state. And the more that she can change her brain in the wake state to feeling hopeful, even on that emotional scale, the more that she can heal those night terrors. Paying attention when you wake up in the morning where you're at before you even get out of the bed. Lay there and recap your dream. Let's go through a morning ritual for ourselves to get us in a higher vibrational state. And the first thing I do is recap my dream when I wake up so that I can kind of use that as a measuring tool where I'm at in my life and my process of healing and experiencing more joy in my wake state. I'll check in with myself, and you may not remember your dreams, and that's okay. Before you fall asleep at night, tell yourself you want to remember your dreams. Why are these important? They are measuring tools to tell you where your vibration is and what you're attracting and what you're experiencing and what needs healing. I know when I feel overwhelmed, I'll have dreams that are reflecting that overwhelm. And it will tell me to simplify my life so that I'm not experiencing overwhelm in my daytime to experience overwhelm in my dream sleep. So pay attention to the emotions you feel in your dream. In your Blissful Living journal, if you don't have that, reach out to me so that we can get you a copy. It has a section in there. And by the way, these will soon be on Amazon, so you can purchase your own there. And I'll send that link. But in there is a dream tracker. And this is a fun exercise after you get out of bed to just write down some of the things you remember about your dream state. And the main things that you want to remember is how you felt in that state. What was happening in your dreams that was causing those emotions? And it could be feeling out of control, feeling overwhelmed, feeling hopeless. I used to, in my younger years, dream that I would be running from bad guys. And then I would be in this sand that was so thick that I couldn't run. And that was a common dream for me in my 30s. And it wasn't, of course, until I really delved into doing my own work that I realized how fearful I was living my life and how stuck I felt in those fears. Great awareness, right? All of these things are coming for us to learn about ourselves, becoming more self-aware. Self-awareness is your key to healing and awakening. What am I feeling? What thoughts have I been creating in my head that are creating this feeling? And in my external environment, do I react or do I respond? Very important question to ask yourself in any kind of an upset or irritation. And Darla, thank you for sharing. I'll use that example. Darla responded. Now, what that means is she took her awareness to what was irritating her. And she said, in this moment, I have a window of choice. Now, in the beginning of your work, you won't have any windows of choices. You'll be very reactive to upsets, to people, to situations. This is a lack of emotional intelligence. It's okay. Don't beat yourself up. You're on the journey now. What will happen is this window will get bigger and bigger. From the time of, in the pattern cycle, your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs that are being triggered from this external event that happened, to now, how am I reacting? And being able to put a window of choice, I choose to respond rather than react. And everybody's levels of anxiety are different, but we all have a default that we go to. And my intention for you is to raise that level of default to a higher frequency. And most people in their earthly journey don't raise their frequency all that much. So again, it's my intention to create levels of awareness for us that we can intentionally raise our frequency. How do we do that? We spend time getting to know the self through our thoughts and our feelings and what we're emoting, that energy and emotion. That emotion is energy in motion. What are we emitting? Now, if you're wondering what you're emitting, just look at your world. How are your health? How is your health? How are your relationships? And how is your level of abundance or lack of money or abundance of good things, abundance of health, prosperity, good relationships? Check in without judging yourself. It is what it is. I realized as I spoke it, we had some judgments come up, the energy in the group. So everybody take a deep breath. It is what it is. Now, there is a word that will change your life. It is what it is based on my own perspective. And my own perspective comes from my programming. A thought held for a very long time becomes a belief. And that belief held for a very long time becomes part of your identity. And these identities must be shed. So raising your level of awareness. What identity am I playing out right now? How defensive do I get when somebody makes a correction with something I've said or juxtaposes something we've said? How defensive do we get about that? How much do we defend our worth, or we have a need to defend our worth? Or can we know our worth? We can really know our worth without needing to prove it to others, without needing to go into drama, being the rescuer, the bully, the victim. All of those identities that we create are designed to prove our worth to ourselves. So let's go back to our morning routine. As we recap our dreams, forgive yourself for having harsh dreams and saying thank you to the self for showing me this, for showing me what thoughts and beliefs still need some attention in my world. Thank you for showing me that it's time for me to simplify my world so that I don't have a lot of chaos in my dreams. Simplify your space, declutter, simplify your relationships, declutter there. Stop getting defensive and reactive. Learn to respond instead. Raise your level of emotional intelligence by becoming more self-aware. And kudos to Darla by owning what she did. Own your experience. I sat down in the movie theater. I'm not a victim to the bulldog that's next to me that's snoring. I can get up and move at any moment. Or I can choose to focus on the movie and not let that bother me. All events are neutral. When I say something really important, I will pause. Again, all events are neutral. It is our perception about the event that's causing us to feel good or feel bad about that event and others in our life. Where we put our attention will cause that to grow because we are creators. That's okay. In fact, that's fabulous because you've created this painful existence. Oh my goodness, look what you can create. Knowing that you created things this badly. Let's say our SUDs are at 90% upset with my situation right now. I am 90% upset that this happened to me. I am 90% angry. That's designed to let you know that either a boundary needs to be set because you're not speaking your truth in this relationship that might be walking on you, or you need to pay more attention to your health, which is speaking loudly and asking for some corrections, or you're feeling in a place of lack of not good enough. When you feel not good enough, the universe just gives that back to you. When you feel fearful of not having enough money, the universe just will reflect that back to you. And here's something that I noticed in my own world. As things have gotten better throughout the years, as I've practiced my work, I see that it's all a reflection of my subconscious beliefs and how to change those subconscious beliefs over a period of time. And my biggest challenge was life must be a struggle to prove my worthiness, to prove my worth. And that's why my manuscript is called The Bliss is Real instead of The Struggle is Real. When people throw that term out, in a fun, sarcastic way, they don't realize the damage they're doing to themselves to create a life of struggle. Again, it's knowing the feeling more than knowing your thoughts. This is the first step, is knowing how you feel at all times, at all times. And then when you notice dropping below a 5, neutral in the emotional scale, into those lower irritating feeling numbers, sad, anger, hurt, helplessness, as you become self-aware of that, then you get to say, what was the thought that created that feeling that I'm now emoting? Back to your morning routine. Here's the biggest secret of all. Stop picking up your phone. Stop it. I had a client who in her session was confused whether, so they have their own business, and of course she handles the emails. She did herself some damage by opening up the email and seeing that one of their clients had responded. And so she closed the email so she wouldn't look at it. But then her whole morning routine of meditating, prayer, reading, gratitude, yoga, her ritual that she set up for herself to feel good went out the window because her brain was consumed with what this client said. She's like, would it have been better for me to just read the email? I should have just read it because it was actually good news. What's the answer? The answer is don't pick up your phone and open your email first thing in the morning. No, you can open your phone to do a meditation, a guided imagery. Don't open social media, your email, or even if you're in a text message thread that has a bit of drama going on. Avoid it for your morning routine. Don't do this to yourself. Here's a great analogy for you. You know how your phone, okay, it has the home screen, okay? We have a home screen, but on Samsung or iPhone, if you open up and then swipe to the side, you can see there's many windows that are open. All the windows that you opened on my phone, for example, the YouTube, the Insight Timer, my calendar, the weather, the email, all of those windows that you have opened and have not deliberately closed are still in the background of your home screen. And that is what your brain is doing. The moment that you look at those things, your brain stores it. It starts processing the email. It starts processing the day, the work, the appointments that you have. And you're going into your day with all of this garbage. And I will call it garbage because in this moment, it's not serving you. It's running in the background. Close the screens. Don't open the screens to begin with in the morning. Set a time for yourself to do the work, to open the emails, to get on the social media, to check the weather even, because your brain holds on to all these pieces of information and it clutters your brain and it distorts your creations. But when you practice getting into the present moment of your creation with gratitude and love and appreciation, then all the senses and all your energy can be focused there rather than the background jargon that's going on, these windows that are not closed. So gratitude is your magic wand. I've said it. I'll say it over and over and over again. The difference between gratitude and appreciation is actually a frequency vibration. One is higher than the other. Gratitude is thank you for this moment. Thank you for everyone showing up. Thank you for this experience. Appreciation moves into an overall well-being of gratitude for all things. So start appreciating your life, whatever is happening in your life. When you put your feet on the floor for the first time each day, the first time, thank you. 1 foot, thank. 2 foot, you. Now, if you only have 1 foot, thank you. I think everybody on the call has to. Being very mindful and deliberate in training your brain. Thank you that I have my next breath. Thank you that my feet can move. Thank you that I can get myself to the toilet, to go to the bathroom, because my bladder's speaking to me right now. And as I walk to the bathroom, because that's the first thing we do every day, typically, I do this. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and I feel it. I feel it. And then I sit down on the toilet, and this might be too much information, but I really, really feel the gratitude for my body. Every time you sit on the toilet, we all do it several times in the day. Every time, train yourself. When that butt hits the seat, thank you. Thank you, there's a toilet. Thank you, there's plumbing. Thank you that my body is doing what it's supposed to doing, that I'm releasing toxins, absorbing nutrients. Thank you that my body did this without me telling it to. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then I rub my legs and my arms, and I just, while I'm on the toilet, because this is something we do every day. This is what I call meditate on the go, literally. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, body, for doing what you're supposed to. I am so sorry in the past 24 hours that I said anything negative to you, that I did any negative thought or feeling toward you. Thank you for showing up as a perfect mirror for me to heal what needs to still be addressed. Thank you that I am walking, that I am breathing. Thank you, body, for showing up for me for another day. You'll never go to the bathroom the same again. And don't take your phone into the bathroom with you. Stop it. Appreciate. This is your time to appreciate your body. Love on it like no one has ever loved on it before. Thank you for healing. Thank you for day by day. In every way, I get better and better. How does that feel? Already your day is going better. Then walk back over to your bed and make it. Make your bed. I know, I sound like your mother here. Why is this important? It creates a forward flow. It creates an energy field of movement, of forward, of accomplishment. And it also, if you have been depressed, stops you from getting back in during the day under the covers. If your body needs to lay down, then do so on the sofa or even on your bed that's made. Don't get back in under those covers unless you are deathly ill. This is all energy. It's a frequency we're creating in our realm. And as you make your bed every day, it's a feeling of accomplishment. And while you make your bed, guess what you're saying? I feel so accomplished. Thank you, bed. I'm like fluffing my pillows. Oh my gosh, Thank you so much. These sheets are so luxurious. I love that I purchased them so that I could feel so luxurious as I slept. Thank you for the night's sleep. Thank you for this beautiful sheets. Thank you for my beautiful bed. Life is good. Are we all good? Right? We're good. We are good. And then your morning ritual, you continue. Set this morning ritual up for yourself. I'll come down and get my drink. Thank you, Dixie, my chlorophyll. And drink that first of all with my minerals. And I go sit in the sun. As the sun, if it hasn't come up yet, or as it's peaking, and I turn on my Insight Timer app into my monk's chanting to remind me to observe my thoughts and to stay in gratitude. That's my morning routine. And then I stretch my body. And as I'm stretching my body, I am so grateful over the top for it. This will change your life. This is how you get into the frequency of allowing good things to come to you. Meditate on the go. This morning, as I was doing my gratitude meditation and contemplating the 1111 portal and saying, what do I want my year to look like? I took some time of gratitude of jumping into that timeline. So, or into that portal of possibility. What that looks like is, if you can imagine, we're interdimensional beings and we can access another existence where you are healthy, where you are loving, and lovable, where you have all the money and all the abundance of good things that you want, that you need, where you have love all around you. As you practice imagining that and creating that, you are jumping into that portal of possibility, and the subconscious doesn't know the difference between the realities. And you are creating your new reality. You are collapsing that third dimension, and you're also collapsing the blocks that have stopped you from getting there in the past. So how do you create this reality? You take intentional sankalpa time every morning to create it. And as you imagine, this morning I did from sun up to sundown, my ideal life, and I'm pretty much there. It's cool how far I have come with creating my ideal life. So getting from sun up to sundown, what will you be eating? How will you be moving your body? What foods will you be preparing? Who will you be interacting with? And imagine during this ideal day, you get a phone call from someone and they say, oh my goodness, I just saw you got your new career, or I just saw you got this award. Congratulations, you're doing fantastic. And I'm just calling to say I honor you and I'm really proud of you. Oh my goodness. Great job in creating. What do you want to create in this space? Who do you want that phone call to be from? Can you play it out? Use your imagination and play with this. So here's your growth work assignment. Write a day in your ideal life. Who are you spending time with? What are you doing? From sunup to sundown, how are you experiencing? How are you experiencing your everyday life? And then I also will do like a day in my vacation life, in my travel life, an ideal day, because I do love to travel and experience new things. So I recommend write it out. And what I did is I spoke it as a voice memo in my phone, and then or as a note, and then I printed it out. And I did one for my ideal home environment, my ideal business, and then I combined them all. More importantly, what are you feeling in this ideal creation of your reality? In this new timeline of possibility, with your perception placed in the magic of gratitude and appreciation, what are you creating? Write it out, speak it. So I spoke it in a note in my phone. This is how I did it. And then I printed it out so that I can put it in a book. Now, something that's fun to do is create a little photo album. And now with AI to help you with that, it's a little even easier, but go find pictures that resemble this feeling of feeling good. And I am a picture taker. I've got thousands of sunrises and sunsets in my phone. And I take some of those and I create a collage. And you can even, I'll send it to Walmart to print it in a little book, just a little photo album book, to keep you in that place of feeling good. And this is your book. It doesn't belong to anyone else. Whatever goes in this book is your creation. It's your timeline of your healthy, ideal, loving life. How does that feel? Doesn't it get you excited to create it? It's so much fun. I created one last year. It would be good for me to create another one. But use your imagination and grab photos that you've taken that you feel really magnificent in that photo. And by the way, feeling really magnificent in a photo reminds me, when you go to get ready for the day, every time you wash your hands after going to the bathroom, every time you get in front of that bathroom mirror, you look yourself straight in the eyes. No more darting. I love you. I appreciate all that you're experiencing and learning. I am learning to love you. If you are not loving yourself, you are learning to love you. Put your hand on your heart and feel that. There is a magic of in threes, which also reminds me, in my daily morning prayer that I posted in the other group, and I can post it here, I say in there, thank you, thank you, thank you for my daily sustenance, miracles, and abundance of all good things. I repeat that 3 times, thank you, thank you, thank you part. And then I repeat the whole prayer 3 times. There's a magic in that, because instead of just reading words, my goal for you is to feel that deep goodness and appreciation and forgiveness of yourself. And in that prayer, I ask that we can forgive ourselves for the past 24 hours of our misaligned thoughts, words, and deeds, as we also forgive others of theirs. Again, it's all designed to set you up into a high frequency so that you can receive the abundance of good things that are yours, that you can receive health, great relationships, enough money. You don't even have to be working and you can still make money. There's a million ways to make $1 million. You don't have to be working to do it. You can be playing to do it. There's a lot of possibilities. Change your perception to gratitude and love and joy. And as you do this, your frequency raises. Your pineal gland opens. Watch the sunrise and the sunset every chance you get, and watch it, because there's no UV rays. And that God code is coming through those rays. Breathe it in right now. Breathe it in. So I'm going to take us through just a little deep breathing with your hands open, a little ritual. It says, I am worthy and ready and willing to receive all the goodness that is available to me now. Thank you, spiritual team. Thank you, my inner being, my higher self, for showing me the possibilities of who I am and changing my perception into love and gratitude of all things. Thank you for the lessons. Thank you for my body speaking to me so that I can realign it and know where I have been out of alignment. That every day I choose to be aligned with the truth of who I am. I am willing and ready to receive the truth of who I am. I am ready and willing to step into these portals of possibilities coming from the truth of who I am. Day by day, in every way, I get better and better. I am the love I've been seeking. I am the health I've been seeking. I am the prosperity that I've been seeking. It's already within me. And now I receive it. And tap that in to the body, the physicality, and deep breathe it. Send it out in your mind's eye to every cell in your mind, your heart, your body. You are worthy to receive this goodness, this greatness, the truth of who you are. And so it is. Thank you for receiving. Thank you for receiving the truth of who you are. Listen to this recording again and again when you need a reset. This week, write out a day in your ideal life. Record it in your own voice, in your phone, as if it's in the present moment. I am getting up with, as I put my feet on the floor, I say, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am loving my body. I'm loving my creations. My space reflects my love for life. Thank you, Source. Thank you, spiritual team. Thank you for this food, this glorious meal in front of me. I pray that the vibration of this food will be raised so that as it enters my body, it also helps my own vibrational field to raise. The magic of gratitude will change your perception. Have fun with this. And if you'd like, send me your creations, your perfect day in your life. I would love to see them. I love you all and appreciate you joining today. Create a blissful life.